I am walking down this hill with one of my friends from school, and I tell him, yesterday I beat my meat 7 times. 7 times. And he thought I was joking around. He literally told me, oh, but those are rookie numbers. I beat my meat 1 million times a day. And yeah, we both were laughing. We thought it was all jokes and fun. But you wanna know the worst and saddest part about this story? That I wasn't lying. I was telling the truth. The day before, I came back from school and I ate. I felt so comfortable in my house. I was watching a video and then, boom, I got that urge to watch porn. And guess what I did? I succumbed to it. And I beat my meat again and again and again, to the point where I didn't even get hard. To the point where I didn't even come. Bro, to the point where I didn't even get hard. Think about how sad that is. Where you as a human, the most powerful thing you have is literally your sexual essence, and you're not able to get your pee hard. Even though you have like porn literally on your face. You can't get hard. You can't literally come. And even before I'm going to bed, I'm still thinking about my crush, literally cuddling my pillow, thinking it was her, literally relapsing even in my bed, knowing that I can't even bust a nut, so I don't even have to clean up, so I can just cuddle my pillow, get my orgasm and go to bed. So I remember every single time I would nut, every single time I would relapse, I would always go into the same cycle. I would relapse, I would feel lethargic, I would feel like I didn't want to do anything, I would feel so much regret. Every single time I would go on YouTube, search up how to stop fapping, and I would watch 1 or 2 videos learning how to stop fapping, and then I would just go back to my normal day, and then I would probably fap again. But every single time I fapped and then I searched up how to stop fapping, it was literally right then and then. I literally would bust a nut, then I would go clean myself up, and then I would go onto YouTube and then actually search up how to stop fapping. And every single time I learned such little things that I'm gonna compile into this video, and probably the best, most important lessons I've learned in this video. What you actually need to understand about NoFap, and this is the actually most important thing you need to understand about NoFap, that you are inevitably gonna fap again. There is no quick fix. There is no because I hate the fact that there are so many videos out there that tell you after you watch a video you're never gonna fap again, or the last NoFap video you're gonna watch. Bro, I'm telling you, once you can understand this, you're never gonna have to watch another NoFap video. And that is, it's not about you quitting porn forever. It's about you being able to reduce the times you relapse. Because I still relapse. I relapse once a month, once a month, but I still relapse. You gotta understand, it's not called never fap. It's called NoFap, right? You're gonna inevitably fap. But the goal is you fap less than you do. Because imagine, let's say you fap every single day, but now you fap once every 2 days. So you fap one day and then you don't fap for 2 days, but then you fap one day. Imagine how much benefit you get in this time where you haven't fapped for 2 days, right? So that's a really, really powerful mindset. That I want you to stop thinking, how do I quit porn forever? Because that's what most guys felt. That's what I felt. That's what I thought. I was searching for the quick fix. How do I stop quitting? How do I quit porn? Oh, I do this. No. You gotta understand, you need to reduce the amount of times you fap. You will inevitably fap. You will reset your NoFap streak. But what has really, really changed me is changing my identity from seeing myself as this fapper, as this guy who has this problem, to, okay, I am no longer a fapper. I no longer fap. I don't like to fap. Even though I was still addicted to porn, I thought to myself, okay, I am no longer a fapper. I no longer fap. Bro, I was still addicted to porn, but when I started believing this, when I stopped telling myself that I was a fapper, because whenever you fap, you probably think to yourself, oh, I have this problem, I want to quit it, right? But let me give you an example. Let's say you have 2 drinkers, right? One of them is telling you, oh, sorry, I'm trying to quit drinking, when you offer him a drink. But then let's say this other guy says, oh, sorry, I don't drink. Who do you think is actually going to quit drinking, right? It's going to be this guy. So this is what you need to do. You need to do the same thing when it comes to NoFap. You need to think to yourself, you are no longer a fapper. You need to build this new identity about yourself, that you're no longer a fapper. I don't have this problem, and that's it. Even though you're still gonna relapse, you're still gonna fail, but let's say one day you go an extra day without relapsing. tell yourself, literally remind yourself, okay, I went an extra day without relapsing. I am no longer a relapser. Even though you're going to relapse. You're going to relapse so many times. But when you can create this new identity for yourself, you're almost like that guy who's telling you, oh, I no longer drink. You're going to start making better decisions. This is what's probably the most important one I've learned, where you create a new identity for yourself. And when you actually give yourself reasons to why you're no longer a fapper. Because telling yourself, I'm no longer a fapper, no longer a fapper, is good. But what most people didn't tell me when I was actually doing this, like, affirmations, this is what it's called. When you tell yourself something, it's like, you need to give yourself a tiny reason to why you are actually that new person. So tell yourself, maybe you're no longer a fapper because you went an extra day without fapping, or you're no longer a fapper because you're watching a video on how to stop fapping, for example. It can literally be as simple as that. Or you didn't fap for like 5 hours if you're that down bad. But you're probably not that down bad if you're at this point in this video. So bro, stop edging like the freaking days of NoFap you've been. Like, you, bro, I literally used to be the same guy where I literally used to be thinking to myself, okay, I've gone 1 day without relapsing, and then I've got 2 days without relapsing, and then I relapse on the 3rd day. Bro, I'm telling you, the time you're gonna quit porn is when you actually stop thinking about it. The golden point of NoFap is literally when you forget that porn exists. That is when you actually quit NoFap. And you forget that porn exists when you're actually living and doing stuff, rather than just, you probably know how when you get those urges to watch porn, right? You get them when it's dark, when you have nothing to do, you haven't viewed sunlight, and you get like that tiny urge, right? That's when you fap, when you have nothing to do, right? So fill up your day with actual tasks to do, things to do. Like, literally, whenever you get this is very, very powerful that I just remembered where. Whenever you get a down bad thought about watching porn, the most powerful thing you can do is think of a happy memory, right? Why? Because when you think of a happy memory, you can almost imagine when you're out with your friends, out with your family, laughing, having a good time, your mind is not thinking, okay, this is a perfect time to fap, right? It's never in those happy times. It's always in a dark room when you haven't viewed sunlight for 5 hours. That's when you get those porn urges. That's when you fap. So why not have the same almost scenario of being happy, that illusion? Give yourself that illusion that you're happy in your brain, so you don't feel as much as you wanted to watch porn. And after you give yourself that happy memory and you actually smile, so think of a happy memory that makes you smile, then you're gonna realize you're no longer, because you know how when you actually watch porn, you keep like the porn circulating into your brain. You're almost visualizing what kind of porn you're gonna watch, and then you're gonna watch porn. When you keep that porn circulating your brain, you're gonna inevitably watch porn. No matter if you keep circulating it, then you're gonna watch it. When you literally think about it and then completely forget about it, then you don't watch porn. You can almost remember maybe one time where you thought about porn, but then you were like, okay, no, I'm gonna be a disciplined man, and then you just forgot about it because you had another task to do. That's the same thing with thinking of a happy memory, where you think of, let's just imagine a happy memory. Imagine a happy memory that made you smile. Maybe when your friend did some goofy thing, or maybe when you just maybe had a good time with your parents. Think about that. I can remember when my dad came back home early and me and my whole family decided to have a discussion, because we don't usually have those nowadays. We don't usually have like family discussions, family talks. And I remember we were all laughing, we were all having fun. We weren't obviously doing bad habits. We weren't like eating sugar, but we were just laughing, having fun. And I always remember that memory. So whenever I do fap, I'm just thinking to myself, when I think of that happy memory, I'm just, bro, I don't even want to fap anymore when I think of that happy memory. So remember, it's not about completely quitting porn. It's about reducing the amount of times you fap. And here's where the most important tip comes in. I know I probably shouldn't have pushed this very important tip to the end of this video. I probably should have put it the first thing, but this will be your key to actually quitting porn. So I'm gonna get something real quick that's gonna help with this. That's unbelievable. Okay, never mind. My book is right here. The book I want to show you is right here. That is The Way of the Superior Man. This book talks about turning your lust into gifts. You know when you get that urge to watch porn, right? You know how you get that feeling you start visualizing porn. So you're like, your brain is getting stimulated, and then usually, if this is how porn works, right? So usually whenever you get a porn urge, you think of it in your head, right? And let's say you didn't think of the happy memory that I just told you to do, and instead you're kind of visualizing it. You're kind of like, oh yeah, that porn. Oh yeah, that woman really, really turns me on. And then usually when your brain sees that it's safe, let's say you're in your room, it's safe, right? There is no other people around you, because when you're in school and you think of and you get like a sexual like desire, you're not just gonna bust out a nut in class, right? You're not gonna go to the toilets and bust a nut. Maybe if you're that down bad, but I never got to that point. So you get that thought, and your brain is naturally gonna think, okay, it is safe for me to bust a nut. Basically, it is safe for me to relapse. And if he sees that, oh, I'm in a room, I'm safe, there's no one around, your brain is instantly gonna go from that like from that sexual thought in your brain, is gonna almost go down to your testicles, right? Where now you're gonna start getting hard. You're gonna go like, okay, I wanna actually watch porn. And basically what's happening is, there's almost, you can almost imagine the sexual image is in your mind, and then it goes down to your testicles. You can almost imagine how concentrated that lust is. Like, it's just like a little black smoke, while there's literally like a black smoke like around. You can almost visualize it like, let's say this is you, it's like a black smoke in your head and a black smoke in your testicles, right? Because these are like the two most powerful places where sexual energy lies, like your mind and your testicles, right? Because that's how you reproduce at the end of the day. But when you start taking deep breaths, when you start circulating the sexual energy, because when you start like almost fading it away into colors, rather than just having this black concentrated cloud in your mind and your testicles, you slowly start to spread it. That's when your lust turns into gifts. And that is the exact chapter of The Way of the Superior Man. So I want you to literally, whenever you get a porn urge, instantly think of the happy memory that I told you, and start breathing correctly. Because, bro, I am telling you, while you've been watching this video, you have not been breathing correctly. You've been taking these shallow breaths down to your chest, and I'm gonna be honest, I have as well. I haven't taken a full deep breath. So do this with me. Take a deep breath down to your stomach till your stomach bulges out, because that's a proper deep breath. A deep breath is meant to literally make your pee-pee move, but we probably can't do that yet. We probably just can get our breath at least down to our stomach. So take a deep breath with me. You will know you take a deep breath when your breath is actually moving your stomach up and down, or when it's actually moving your stomach. That is when you know you've taken a deep breath. And this is how I want you to, whenever you get that porn urge, you almost visualize, you start taking deep breaths, and you visualize that like black smoke in your head slowly start to fade into colors, into like, I don't know, any color, and it slowly starts to spread from black to red to pink to white, and it spreads out through your whole body. Just because you want to know why we're addicted to porn, because we're not breathing correctly. Or this is from my experience, because every single time I'm watching porn, every single time I used to relapse, because every time I used to relapse was when I was breathing shallowly. You can almost visualize whenever you're watching porn, you're almost like breathing to your mouth even, or just taking shallow breaths down to your throat, not even down to your chest. That is why you feel this like need. You know how you're like needy to watch more porn. You start opening new tabs, new videos, new whatever. I want you to literally think of a happy memory and literally sit there for 2 to 5 minutes, just taking full deep breaths. And I'm telling you, you will not want to watch porn after that. Like, maybe, yeah, you will want to watch porn if you keep visualizing the porn. But when you take a deep breath, when you think of a happy memory and you start taking deep breaths, keep thinking about happy memories while visualizing the smoke spreading, that's when you're fully gonna actually quit porn. Or at least that's what worked for me. That's what I want to teach you. That's what I wish. Because, bro, the benefits that come when you quit porn, it's honestly great. You get more confident. You're able to speak to other humans without feeling like you're some outcast, really. Because you can also imagine, you think that other guys are just, it's almost like confidence, right? Where you know you haven't done a bad habit for how long. Imagine if you like magically were able to quit porn right now, right here and now. then you will feel so much more confident because you know you have this you were able to literally quit such a powerful habit by just your mind. Think about it. It's just such a big confidence boost, and I really just wish every man, every guy is able to have the same experience with me, because it's been such a long journey, and I just want other men to learn what I've learned, not waste as much hours, as much days as I used to. Because at the end of the day, you can almost visualize how much time we wasted on porn and junk food, on video games, that we could have been investing into our business, investing into reading intellectual books that give, life-changing advice. So I really hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your life.